Good evening, and welcome back, travelers, to episode 59 of Near Dark Societies.
10 more.
10 episodes. 10
more.
episodes.
And we can be like, nice.
We're just gonna skip.
You guys are really excited for episode 69, aren't you?
Nice.
Yeah.
We're gonna skip.
Do you guys want me to
68.
do something special for that episode?
No,
Yes.
I don't, because
Do you want me to
we can
make
we can-
69 extra perverted?
We can revisit the whole scene where we went into the bedroom and there were shackles and all sorts of stuff hanging from there. We explained to Lavende.
Yikes.
Yeah, Labade did not understand all the swings.
Oh my god, we can go to a special brothel.
Sounds like a
a
VR chat room I
BDSM
joined one
brothel.
day.
Oh, hello.
the chat room.
Weird. That was a weird dude.
So,
Well, it was you, wasn't it?
welcome
VR
everybody.
chat.
Besides for their excitement for the future episode 69, tonight's episode will be titled Kukultan. When we last left off, our adventurers, our widowmakers, had made camp in the Shizani small hamlet within the jungles of this island. The hunters did find out some relatively important information. Some of your crew members are being held in the city, the capital of the Makgila people, city of Kukultan. In fact, when you first arrived here on the island, you did see it in the distance. The great golden ziggurats that rise up towards the skyline over the heavy and tall branches of the trees, as well as a new visitor, Juan Cortez, the Marquise of Chuchagol, who's been currently making his conquest through the Strand, specifically through the Perungi Expanse, trying to decimate the lizard folk population and deal with the Yuan-Ti. They have slowly but surely been eradicating the snake cults and killing lizard folk by droves. He has now set his sights on the mysterious and lost land of Zeltivado. He wants to amass the untold riches that lie within as King Selamor holds his tyrannical fist over the region, demanding strange unknown sacrifices to appease some unknown power. For Zeltivado vanished long ago. It's now up to our widowmakers to unravel this mystery of Zeltivado, King Selamor, the invasion of Juan Cortez, and the possibility of confrontation with Shiv and the Deadbone crew and Calypso, who have also already made foothold here on the island. After experiencing strange visions through the magical smoke and ritual that was performed, our crew members, besides for Jezebel, was able to see a glimpse of a very prominent future. However, they're unsure of when and where this future may be. They were told it would be a moment in time that would be very important to them. And now, it's up to them to make their way to Kukultan and speak with Chief Tawalo about the well-being and captivity of their fellow crewmates. And that's where we'll begin. Still within the small hamlet of the Shizani village. The hunters have returned Juan Cortez has set up a small camp, returning after informing the rest of his men. He seems to have a almost dedicated demeanor. He seems to be unfazed, unfocused about the locals or his surroundings. It's almost as though he's constantly peering off into the distance to what lies beyond the coast, to that raging storm and sea, and a Zeltivado that lies beyond. However, you have now reunited with a few of your crew members, Hakan, Claudia, Barry. But 3 of Shiv's men, Dashing Conrad, Rajina, and Matchlock, are also here with you as well. Begin.
So, where had we left off? Like, we were outside and they showed up? Or what's the scene here?
Correct. You guys came out from the tent after doing your little experience. Your crew members showed up with some of Shiv's men. After this happened, while Cortez was having his men set up their tents, the Shizani people have gone about their day. They seem to be on edge. Many of them do not seem to be very comfortable with your presence or Cortez's men at all. The arrival of even more strangers seems to be putting them even more on edge. Haxor, in particular, seems to be on the edge of violence.
Haxor was the big warrior guy, right?
It was the Jaguar.
Tarna's son.
Yes,
This with the Jaguar head, correct?
correct.
Okay. Well, helmet, not head.
Yes. It is a head, but it is also his helmet.
Yeah. I didn't want it to be confused. Like he had.
Yeah, he doesn't look like King from Tekken. He,
That's what I was kind of
yeah.
picturing.
yeah. He actually looks a lot like the individual from Smite, if you know the individual that has the bolas.
Okay.
I can't remember his name, but
So, are we kind of by ourselves? Like, was there people in
you guys have
earshot?
retreated back into the small little tent that they had unoccupied. It's now pretty cramped in here. You guys have the 4 of you plus the new members that have now joined you as well.
Oh, Shiv's crew also?
Yes.
All those people, okay. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
So, this is awkward.
Just a little bit.
It's awkward for you, love, but you and I have sailed before, so it's good to see you again, kid.
Which one's this?
It's Dashing Conrad.
He's the one who let us out. Me and Marigold and Sky.
Sorry about that. I know Shiv's typically a little bit aggressive with his, treatment of prisoners.
Yeah.
You let them out.
You didn't
Right.
think it was fair.
Should have been a fair fight, after all.
Well, you always were one for fairness.
Yes, Khan speaks up. Any news of where the others are?
You're the first ones we've seen since we got here.
I haven't seen anybody else.
Yeah, where did you wash up at?
Barry sort of goes,
I think we landed somewhere on the north part of the island.
Barry, I don't want to hear a word out of your mouth right now, alright? In fact, I really just want to punch you in the face.
you know, Barry, he didn't want to do this, so you know. Jez, it was Shiv's idea.
Which part? Because there's been a lot of things going on right now.
Well,
Also, you know, Barry, Barry, why don't you go ahead and explain it to me then?
All right. Well, let's just say, Shiv came to me and told me that he needed to make sure that you didn't get involved in his business, which I agreed to because he's captain. And then, well, after the whole situation on the roof, I sort of thought you were going to kill me. And then I started thinking that maybe Shiv just lied to me and he didn't really care. I was shocked that you took me in. And then I realized how much of a captain you really are. I realized how much I started to love the crew. And you all made me feel like I belonged.
Before you go any further, Barry, just so everybody's aware, I wasn't sure of my place and what you just said. You made me feel like I belong for whatever that's worth. Just so I kind of believe him.
And you're a sweet kid, Lavender. That's for sure. Can't say I feel the same way.
I don't blame you. I was just my thoughts on it.
You know, this Matchlock has his rifle butt on the ground. He's kind of pulls out some sort of cleaning pipe and is cleaning the side of his gun. You know, as he kind of raises his hat up a little bit, you can see just the glimpse. He has this very high collar, kind of goes up over his mouth as well. You can only ever really see the line of his eyes as he kind of looks up and just looks at everyone. Occasionally, he'll give out a.
One thing though that I did want to know, and maybe Barry, you know, why we didn't get the chance to tell you, Fulner and I, but Sky was abducted by slavers. That's what took us so long. And Shiv tried buying her. Do you know why?
I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure. You see, I've been feeding Shiv false information since, well... I've been feeding him false information since before we left Scuttleport after we picked up the crew. Like, Hakan and...
Yet somehow he keeps finding me.
I'm not quite sure how, because even though I'll keep telling him false information, he keeps showing up. And, notice that Conrad, sort of...
It's really not that hard. It's your necklace.
What do you mean is my necklace?
The necklace.
I know what fucking necklace. I mean, what do you mean by that? Because it's supposed to be the opposite.
Oh no. You see, Shiv, I don't think ever really trusts anyone. He made sure that the necklace could work both ways. Specifically in showing him right where the necklace is. And we've known where your movements are this entire time. And he didn't tell Barry that because, well, he knew Barry was gonna betray us in the end.
How the fuck did you know I was gonna do that?
Because we're pirates, lad. We're pirates.
Well, you know, that's my own fucking fault. I should have figured as much. I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna rip it off, I'm gonna just throw it on the ground.
You really hate him that bad.
You have no idea.
Maybe we should tell her, or...
Yeah, please, tell me. Tell me more. Tell me everything.
It's not really our place to say there, Regina.
Because I'm supposed to believe anything that you people say anyway.
You have a fair point.
Yeah.
Trusting the word of a pirate is like sticking your hand in a hot oven and, well, not expecting to get burnt. But how about if you listen to a friend? half of your swordsmanship came from me. You joined Shiv's crew, you barely knew how to hold one. Hell, you didn't even have sea legs. You think Shiv's really that heartless? Do you think Shiv never cared about you? Do you think me, Regina, Matchlock, Tiny Pete? You think none of us ever saw you and Shiv dancing on deck under the moon?
Alright, let's not make this personal, okay?
You
Let's
don't think that any of the crew ever saw you and Shiv embrace after a bounty?
I don't care what the fuck you saw us do. It doesn't matter anymore. None of that matters.
Then have you ever stopped to think, lass, why he did what he did?
And what did he do? Go ahead and tell me. Go ahead and look me in the eye and tell me that I should agree with what he did.
You think he killed your father?
I know he did.
You think, lass. You think.
You all think you're real fucking cute, don't you?
No.
You're gonna come in here and part of the mental gymnastics that he likes to play. He's gonna
She's
send
not
you
going
in,
to listen.
and I'm just gonna listen to everything you guys are saying.
I warned Shiv not to get involved with such a toxic viper like you.
Oh.
Alright, let's all calm down.
I'm going to get up and I'm going to leave. I can't do there's and I want to head to Tarna. But
Did you warn him that now? Is that so? What else did you tell him? Go ahead.
I told him that you were a naive, petty, rich brat.
Alright. That's fine. That's fine. 'Cause,
And you
I have
know-
something to tell you also. I'm gonna pull out Mercy, I'm gonna point it.
Dashing Conrad puts his hands up. You know,
Keep running your fucking mouth.
Perhaps we overstepped our boundaries.
Perhaps. You have not a single fucking clue about me. Sure, I may have been in a ship with you for a few years. Don't think I especially ever had a relationship with you to fucking begin with. Because I'm gonna be honest, I've never liked you either.
Right, I'm starting to feel like maybe someone's a little bitter.
So you're gonna come in here and start insulting me.
I'm
and
not
then say
insulting you, lass. I like you.
I'm talking to the bitch.
Regina has the personality of a wet cat.
As her head turns and looks towards Conrad.
I mean that in the most loving, sisterly way. Trust me. She's upset. You're upset. And I'm upset. But arguing and bickering amongst us is not going to help the situation. Now is it?
Well, shutting her up would be a good first step, and I have a real quick way to do it.
Perhaps you and I could go for a walk. We could talk. No weapons, you and I.
You know, as he pulls out his daggers,
No weapon.
he sticks them to the ground.
Yeah, you're a funny one. No weapons. Sure. Right.
Are we sure we should be doing this? We are guests here in this place.
Conrad looks towards you. You know, so Con kind of does this whole like, I agree. I think combat and fighting here would be the least wise thing to do. Claudia kind of speaks up like, I also agree. I think that that would be very stupid, especially since they're the only ones harboring us.
Listen here, lass. I'm not trying to start a fight. I just want to talk to a former crew member and a now captain of her own ship.
Well, that's fine. Talk to her, but don't fucking insult her.
Have I insulted her yet, boy?
Not you, but the other one.
Understood. Will not insult you. I just want to talk.
I don't think there's much to talk about.
Do you even remember the night, lass?
Of course, I fucking remember it. Why do you think I'm so bitter?
And who was in the room? Can you remember that? I bet you don't remember me in the room.
Because you fucking weren't?
I was. And I saw it all. Barry was there too, and he saw it. We've all seen it, lass. You were in the room with us.
Sure. What else? Fill in the rest of the blanks.
Have you ever wondered where Shiv gets his power?
Yeah, I asked him multiple times and he would never fucking tell me.
I'm gonna tell you a story. And I want you to listen very carefully.
Story time.
Shiv, like Barry, grew up in a place known as Dark Pike. Little scamp. Used to run around. Mother and father held a pretty common trade. They worked in the stables. Father dealt with smithing, horseshoes particularly. Mother, Shiv didn't ever quite get to really know his mother. But, have you ever heard of the Zentarum? Because I know you have.
I've heard of it.
Well, Shiv's parents owed quite a bit of coin to them. Too much coin. They came knocking one day, looking for it. You see, the Zentarum aren't the type to just kill you. They're not the type to just slit your throat, throw you in the gutter, toss you overboard. They'll find a way to make you earn it. They'll find a way to make you pay back what they gave you. They didn't have anything. Lived in a hovel. Barely owned the clothes on their back. Shiv's father gladly gave up the boy. Gave him to the Zentarum. Oh, no. But you see, Shiv was young. The Zentarum are cruel and twisted, but they weren't going to sell him into some sex ring or to have him be some worker. He's too small, too weak, too frail. So they decided to use him as a punching bag. Oh, no, not for fighters. For dogs. They threw him in a pit. Starved dogs for days. They'd sick him on him, make him mean, make him taste the blood. Shiv got tough real fast. And after some time, he ended up working with the Hound Masters. Got to know the dogs. Got to really know the dogs. They started to like Shiv. Even the mean ones. Shiv has this funny knack of making everyone just fall in love with him. Charismatic dick is what he is. One day the Hound Master, upset with Shiv's work, went to raise a hand, now just a teenager. He sicked the dogs on the Hound Master. Had him tear him limb from limb, lass. Now he ran away. Petty crime, thievery, you name it, Shiv did it. On the run from the Zentarum, on the run from the law. He may be charismatic. He's not unstoppable. Eventually, someone caught him. Found his neck right in between the grasp of a noose. There he was, dangling out, looking at the Dead Sea of Abendol, thinking these are the last fucking moments that I'm gonna have run through my head as they drop me 6 feet in a quick break. As he heard that lever, said it felt like an eternity on the way down. Something happened. Noose wasn't tied right. Maybe the anchor wasn't good enough. Either way, didn't snap his neck. He dangled there, strangling. He said he could feel the life slowly being squeezed out of him. So he got the rope burn around his neck, that nice scar. Somehow he managed to pull himself up, cut the rope. He plunged 50 feet into the waters below. And as he hit the water, he heard something cry out to him. He heard something call to him. Something deep. Something old. And let me tell you, lass, when you're there, and you're struggling for that one breath, things get awfully convincing. It whispered to him and it asked him, I will give you your life in return for your love. Shiv didn't know what he was accepting. Shiv did not realize the deal he was making. He accepted it, lass. And there he was, drowning in the darkness. And when his eyes awoke and he found himself on a beach. Not just any beach, though. There was a nice ship docked, as though it had been always there, waiting for Shiv to arrive. He named it Gallows End. You ever wonder where he got the ship?
Yeah.
Whatever he made a deal with gave him that magnificent vessel. At first, everything was great. He found himself with new powers, new abilities, things he could never do before. He was faster, stronger, new magic. It didn't take him long before he met me. Didn't take him long before he met Regina, Matchlock, Tiny Pete, Segham. Didn't take him long before he met Winston, the rest of us. You're the last person to join the crew. And I've only seen it one time before. You see, that deal he made, Jez, Shiv can never fall in love. He fell in love one time before he met you. One time. Not with a lass. He went back and found his mother. Showed her what he had become. By that point, his father was already dead, could never keep himself out of trouble. He forgave his mother. He wanted to build a life. He wanted to make sure that she would be well off. And the day he finally truly forgave her, he watched his mother turn into a bubbling pool of black water. And that thing that he made a deal with told him, everything you love is mine. I'm gonna get some air. Conrad gets up and walks out.
I'll be back. I'm gonna follow them out.
Okay. We'll go ahead and stay in the tent with the two boys.
Well, after that intense conversation, I would bust out a drink. Probably do some drugs.
Okay. So you're getting high.
Just a little bit.
Can you please give me a Constitution save?
Oh, absolutely.
You have enough of that from me? After that story, I wouldn't mind a relaxation.
That would be 18.
Ledric's just sitting there like, man, this crew sucks.
So you basically just see me like pour a drink and then pull out some
Pipe and
some
smoke it.
well, to you it'd probably just be powder, but it's pixie the pixie dust, right? Just swirl.
Pixie
Cool.
dust.
Whatever it was called.
Hmm.
Pixie
Dryad's dust?
dried dust, right. That's right. Yeah.
You rolled 18, by the way. I don't know if you did.
Justin. My character was being serious.
About what?
You want some?
Oh, you said that.
I did.
My bad. I didn't hear that. Here you go. I'll give him a little bit.
You watch as he's wiping his nose off from the substance that he just.
He's wiping his bloody nose.
He's wiping his bloody nose.
I'm just gonna take a dab.
Give me a Constitution save, please.
Which
Poor Lamaday.
is...
No, I left.
It's your
Oh,
it's your
where'd
con
that-
modifier.
I went
Oh.
as
As
soon as
soon
things.
as, yeah, as soon as you started arguing, he was like,
Oh, I didn't
I'm
hear
out
that.
of here.
I didn't hear
Yeah,
that.
I'm going to see Tarno.
What's your Constitution
Oh, there
score?
it is. Well, you can't roll it. Well, it's 8+.
Plus 8?
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's the...
I guess I got plus 2. That makes sense.
Woo! It's 11.
So
That was a
okay.
bad roll.
So 19?
No.
Oh,
I
it's-
He got a 3.
Yeah,
11 altogether.
Okay,
It's
11
a bad-
altogether.
It's a bad roll.
All right, let me just.
I'm about to show Logic a good time.
So,
What?
as you
I kill
take
everybody in the
take
village.
a little, as you take a little snort of the substance that's known as Dryad's powder, do you immediately start to feel a little bit of a sensation jolt through your body. And you start to feel very flighty. You start to feel very energetic, kind of getting a little bouncy. But most importantly, you notice that everything you see kind of has like light streaks. So as light moves, it kind of just like trails.
Yep, this is sounding really familiar.
It's pretty intense at first, but then it starts to mellow. And then as it mellows, you notice that all the colors and everything around you just kind of looks oversaturated.
I guess I should ask, was this your first time? It's not your first time, is it?
No. Nope.
You notice that Regina looks towards the two of you.
You came to a unknown island and you decided to do drugs.
What do you mean?
You're a little too loud. Calm down.
You notice that Matchlock is kind of...
How's Regina look?
Regina has a very cheetah pattern. You notice that she has thick dreads that are pulled back into a large, ponytail. She wears very tight and minimal clothing. She's very nimble. You can see that she has a very athletic, thin build. You haven't met too many Tabaxi, but you notice that their coats can vary drastically depending on who they are. She also does have gold bracelets around her wrists. She also has multiple piercings on some of her ears.
I'm gonna stand up. I'll walk towards her. This guy really close to her.
You notice as you get really close to her, you notice that she kind of does that thing that animals do when it's kind of a warning, when their lips starts kind of going.
It's not that
Oh.
You notice that Khan kind of speaks up. What the fuck are you doing?
Logic, don't embarrass me. Can you handle your shit?
If you value your eyes, I would sit back down.
What's your AC?
Oh god.
Does a 23 hit?
I've been gone for 2 minutes.
23 hits.
Okay. Take 3 points of damage. As he goes like, you just watch as she kind of just takes her fist, and you see her kind of go and punch you square in the dick. And you just see, and you watch.
Money shot.
Why? Oh!
You see Legic hit the ground as he's holding onto his crotch.
Why would you do that? Oh god.
I don't,
Barry kind of goes, I don't think I've ever seen anyone fuck up in such an awkward moment of time. Folder, you really need to get your fucking addiction under control.
what addiction?
He's got like powder on his nose.
You keep doing drugs in moments when we shouldn't be doing drugs.
But I heard my shit alright. I'm not even high right now, man.
You know, so Khan and Barry just kind of look at each other and just shake their head. Claudia kind of has her face buried into her hand before she finally speaks up. I think maybe we should just perhaps we should try maybe figuring out what Jez wants us to do.
I agree.
Because sitting here isn't helping. Legic is experiencing some things, and I don't want him to get into trouble. So how about this? Hakan, Barry, you watch Legic and Fulner.
Wait a minute. Why do we have to do the babysitting?
I agree. I don't need to be watched.
Claudia, you're the one who introduced the drugs. You are being watched too.
What?
In fact, give me your drugs.
You're not getting my drugs.
Oh. Oh, that hurts. Oh.
And again, they're not drugs. I've only ever done one drug and it almost killed me. That's why I don't do drugs anymore.
All right, then explain what you just snorted up your nose.
It was smelling salts to clear up my sinus.
Okay, I don't think you remember there are side effects to the drugs you're doing. Physically.
Oh, what are they?
You have bark growing on your face.
I will have what?
Bark.
Bark. I'll feel my face.
You have bark growing on your skin.
Well, that's new. How bad is it?
Legic, you also have patches of bark starting to grow on your face too.
How bad is it?
Well, it's obvious, if that's what you're wondering.
Is it reversible?
You've done this drug before, you know.
I've never had this happen.
It happened last time too.
No, it did not. It's very hard for me to get both drunk and high. Very hard.
No, it's not hard for you. It's just you don't remember doing these things constantly.
I mean, I don't remember ever getting high, so what's the point?
Because you're always high.
I'm not always high. Like maybe 40% of the time. Maybe.
Claudia gets up like, I'm gonna find Jez. She gets up. You notice that Regina just... This is awkward.
Right. Was anybody like eating food?
Hakan kind of...
I got no drugs on them.
I am hungry if you have food on you.
I do. I got some rations. It's not much, but it will help us tide us over.
And we move over to Lavender.
I'm going to go to the tent that.
Tarna is in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume the same tent that we were just in.
Yeah. You walk in, you see that Tarna is in meditation.
I don't know if I should bother her. Tarna?
Yes, child.
Should I come back later?
You've already arrived, so come inside.
I'll go in and I'll sit. I'm gonna sit like across from her.
Okay.
How if I can't sit like how is she sitting? I don't know how she's.
They don't have chairs. They sit on like cushions that are made out of like large banana leaves.
I'm going to sit in one.
You sit down in front of her.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I thought I'd get away from my group for a little bit because I didn't really get to ask you questions before. I assume you're at the I haven't been in a place like this in a while, but I feel like you have knowledge about what I am and what it is that I can do.
I am very old, yes. But I do not know everything. I believe you are something that is much older than myself.
That is the thing that I don't understand. How could I be that?
Well, there are many mysteries of the weave. Magic is, at best, sometimes mildly predictable. And at its worst, it is almost malevolent in a way. But life always finds a way to survive. Perhaps you are the defense. Perhaps you simply are the will to survive.
Maybe, because I was gone for a long time, and I never thought that I would even get back anywhere besides the Feywild. I didn't expect all of this, nor did I expect, and I'm going to make the helmet appear.
Mm-hmm.
This happens now. I'm going to summon the staff. Stuff is attaching to me, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what it means, and I was hoping maybe you knew. Has anything like this ever happened before that you are aware of?
For me to describe the things you feel, the things that you experience, do you remember being a child?
I remember.
Do you remember walking?
Is this a trick question? I don't.
No.
Because I do.
Do you remember learning to walk?
No, I don't really remember that far back.
Do you remember learning to talk?
I guess other people remember that for me. If that makes sense.
What I'm saying, Lavender, is for me to explain to you what is happening to you would be like explaining a child when they learn to walk, when they learn to talk. It is not something that must be studied. It is not something that will be forgotten. It simply is part of your nature. You must get used to walking. as a child. Learn how to fall forward. Learn how to move your tongue inside your mouth so you can communicate. Just as now, you must learn to adapt to what your body can do.
That makes sense.
Your allies, your companions, seem to be having a rather this.
Hear her ear kind of twitch. Or you don't hear it, but you see it twitch.
Your ally seems to be having a very heated conversation. I suggest you go and meet with her.
There's a couple of different hers in there.
The very angry one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go do that. Thank you. Thank you for trying to explain it to me. I'm going to get up and leave.
You get up and as you make your way out of her tent and you walk out, you actually see Conrad leaving the tent, and probably about 5-10 seconds later, you watch as Jez comes out as well. You see Jez walking out of the tent.
Jez?
Yeah, hi.
Where are we going?
I'm following Conrad.
Oh, okay.
Connor.
Yep.
Okay. Just be safe.
Yeah, I guess I can try that. The others are in the tent still. If you
Okay.
are ready to get back with them, I'll be back.
Okay. I'll check in on them and then I'll see how they're doing. Is Haxor around?
Yeah.
I want to go up to him and be like, I like your... It reminds me of my thing. I like it.
You notice that he looks towards your pelt and he kind of gives you this look. Are you a hunter?
I can hunt, yeah?
This was a mighty beast. Killed many of the villagers. It had a taste for elven flesh. I slayed the beast when I was only very young. I realize now that the seasons here may be strange for you. How long do you wish to stay with your companions?
As long as they need me, and as long as I need them. And who knows how long that could be.
You must hurry.
What do you mean?
The Shizani people, we are few. We cannot fight. I am worried about this Cortez. I do not trust him.
I don't trust him either. This is the first time I've ever even met him. And
There
I
are
don't
many
like him.
strangers on this island. And the Makgila, they do not trust us. They respect us. But we have not been allies for some time. I am worried for your friends. The longer you wait, the higher chance that they may be sacrificed.
My friends?
My hunters have told me that you have other outsiders at Kukultan.
How far is that?
Not far. Once you make your way through the valley, across the ravine, you will see Kukultan in the distance.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting to find that out, but I appreciate it.
As long as you and your allies leave as quickly as you came.
Okay. I'll make sure that we do that. And I'm going to...
Tread without trace.
I usually do. and I'm going to go to the tent that we're in.
As you go into the tent that you're in, you see Fall there going like,
And these are peanuts in the rations.
and you see he's like talking to Hakan about trail rations.
And I'm good. Is he still on the ground?
No, he's back
I
up now.
set up. I'm just like,
You see bark growing on their face, though. Also, their eyes are no longer white. They don't have an iris anymore. They're just solid black.
Oh god.
When Wabanega walks in, I go,
I'm assuming I've seen like.
Yeah, you've seen him like this before. You watched him get high with dry as dust before.
Hakan, can I talk to you outside, please? Just you, Hakan.
look at me.
Hakan looks towards you and looks towards Barry.
And Barry, I forgot. Sorry, Barry, I forgot you were here. You too. Can we talk outside?
Who do you want to watch them, then? You notice that Regina goes,
I'll watch the buffoons.
I don't need to be watched. I just said that earlier.
you notice that Matchlock
I'll be alright.
No.
looks towards you and just slides his jacket to the left a little bit. You see him go,
Out here? I'm gonna turn and walk out.
You going to God?
you know, Hakan and Barry both follow you out. All right, what is it?
So, I just talked to Haxor. He's one of the people here. Apparently the Makila people that are in Kukultan. I hope I'm saying these right, because these are words I've never heard before. They could be potentially sacrificing people that are there.
Yes, they overheard some of them talking about that. I guess there's some sort of tradition, ritual, I'm not sure.
It is,
But I'm hoping that Jez can finish what she needs to do here so we can get moving.
yeah, because, we really need to, we probably should save them. At least our people. I don't know about the other ones, because I doubt Jez would want to save them, but the faster we're out of here, I think that's...
Jez is, I think Jez is experiencing some things and learning some things that I don't think she was expecting, so we will cross that bridge when we get there.
Just so somebody knows, I'm going to go up to somebody, one of the Shizani people, and be like, just ask for help. If they need help, I'll help them.
Okay,
Just to pass my time.
sure. Meanwhile, Jez, you follow Conrad, who's made his way to the edge of the village. As he's looking towards the horizon, almost kind of peering through. You can see the dense tree line in the distance, these almost mounds of overgrowth and vines, and you can see what looks like large flying reptiles in the distance flying across the air. Hear the sound of the animals and beasts, like the jungle itself is almost alive. As Hebrew takes a deep breath.
Heavy stuff. And how long have you been carrying all that knowledge on your shoulders?
For as long as I've known Shivlas.
You know, I married the man. Don't have to tell you that, and I didn't know half the things you just told me about him. So how is that? Why wouldn't he tell me those things? I've asked him many times.
Yeah. There's a big difference between you and I.
What are you, a side fling? I mean, we both have those, I don't care, but it would be a surprise to me if you were.
He loves you, not me.
Clearly he doesn't, because apparently if he did, I'd be a pool of black ook.
I
So
suppose.
that's a lot to think about as well right now.
And why do you think that you're not a pool of black goop right now?
I haven't the slightest idea because I can't even tell you who his patron is.
You seem to know a lot about patrons already.
I've been doing my research. I've had a slight inclination, watching his abilities and everything. I've picked up on what he's been dealing with, and I have been, of course, doing my research, trying to understand
You've
how
already
he works.
made your own pact, lass.
Perhaps.
We were on the ship.
Sure.
Shiv told us about it.
All right. That's fine. I don't care if you guys know. I think it's pretty cool myself. So, that's fine if everyone knows. It's fine. I had to.
I know. And if the roles were reversed, he would have did the same thing. You want to know why?
Why?
Because you love Shiv. And that
Past tense.
love
Duh.
turned to hate.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's funny how that works, huh? I've always heard the jokes about how marriages always end up being real finicky, but I didn't picture this for me.
It never quite plays out the way you think, lass. I was married once.
My condolences.
That was quite alright. I killed him.
Oh. Over.
Well, that's a story for another time.
Right.
But I will say this. As I plunged my dagger into his heart, you never, ever felt that level of emptiness.
Alright, I see what you're doing right now, and I don't appreciate it.
I'm not doing anything, lass.
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that this whole story you're telling me is the truth, so don't try to make me feel bad about wanting to kill him. Or give me doubts, second thoughts. I don't need any of that right now. I know what I need to do.
Jez, if you wanted him dead, you would have shot him that night we showed up on the ship.
You and I both know it's not that easy, don't we?
If
You told me that much.
wanted him dead. What, are you afraid about the curse on the pistol?
How did you know that?
Lass, who told you about the smith? Matchlock.
Yeah, you told me who to go to make a fucking gun. I didn't request that little spell to be put on it.
Because there is no spell.
The fuck are you talking about?
The gun operates just normal. It's a spell slinger. The person who made that pistol, it's Matchlock's cousin.
Alright.
Jez, Shiv was planning this months before it ever happened. Do you not wonder why? Do you not think? Think, Jez, think!
I need you to think real quick as well, because you're asking me why I didn't kill him. I'm telling you, I was told that I can't.
He
Actually, yeah,
planned...
I've seen for myself. I stabbed him.
Jez, he planned...
You can't die.
Jez, I can't die either.
Then why the fuck are you asking me why I didn't kill him? He can't die.
You didn't know that at the time. I know you still have feelings for him.
No. You don't know shit. You know nothing about me. It's been, what, a year now since I've seen you last?
It has. And it's been a long year.
Very presumptuous. Big word for me. All that nobility, all that high education that apparently everyone hates me for on the ship. I get it. They didn't have that.
No
It's not
one,
my fault.
no one hates you on the ship, besides for maybe. Well, no. Honestly, everyone on the ship misses you, especially Winston.
That's great. That's lovely and everything. But what I really am up here to talk to you about, we're gonna just skip everything you're trying to do right now, and we're gonna get straight to, if you know that much about him, do you know who he made a pact with? That's all I want to know.
I don't know the creature's name, but I know it's his. Known as the Rotting Deep.
Alright.
And out of game, I believe Shiv did tell you the name of the creature. Okay.
Yeah, it was the wrong deep.
But he actually gave
Confirming.
a name. There was a name with it as well. It was, I believe, in the episode of Shiv to the Heart. Like episode 40 something.
Was that the one where we were in the dream?
That was the episode where he showed up on the ship. And that's the episode where he found out you made a pact.
He got real upset with you.
He called you the B word.
He did call you a bitch. Yep.
He did, yes. I remember that now.
Yes.
Now I definitely want to kill him.
Alright. I guess we're done here then.
I guess we are.
We should probably head back, figure out what the fuck we're gonna do.
Well, it looks like your crew is getting restless, lass. Perhaps we should convey the two crews together.
Wasn't that a daunting task?
I have no problem or quarrel with your crew.
Most on the fact that a good chunk of my crew is not very well functioning, so you're gonna be in for a good one.
Well, from what I saw in the tent with the other two, I think your halfling friend is a little brazen. The other one, though, I can't quite put my finger on it, but he seems to be lost.
I'm sure he is. He's quite new. And he's having to learn a lot of things about this crew very quickly in a short amount of time.
What a lovely experience. First time with a crew.
Yeah, kudos to him though. He's still with us. Well, I guess at this point he has no other choice. So
Either A, he's stupid, or he's insane. Either way, those are my two favorite type of people.
yeah, it's the only ones I can keep around, so it works. Let's go ahead and get back.
They turn and Conrad, Jez make their way back to the group. You notice that they enter in through the tent.
I have returned.
Nice.
I'm alive. I know you're all worried sick. Look, maybe you were crying. It's okay. I'm fine.
I knew nothing would happen to you. You're too tough to die.
So you still look all fucked up.
Yeah.
We really need to talk about your drug problem.
I don't have a drug problem.
That's coming from me.
You all need to stop it.
Welcome back also to the tent.
Oh, I was
Where did
there.
you go anyway?
I went to talk to Tarna.
Oh, how is she?
She's good.
You learn anything?
Not really what I wanted to learn about what's going on. I didn't really learn much other than I should probably just get used to the things that are happening.
Oh, that's life, isn't it?
Unfortunately.
You see the tent open up as you see Cortez bow his head and kind of walk in with Claudia at his right. You see Claudia standing next to him, and she kind of has this look of kind of like that, type face.
Claudia?
Jez? And you notice that Cortez bows. I hope you are all settling in quite nicely, yeah?
About that, not that I care about you. Our
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah. I don't know him.
Did you come,
Perhaps say that a little bit louder. I did not hear that.
I don't know who you are, and I don't care about who you are.
Ah, did you hear that? He does not care. Juan Cortez, the Marquis of Tuchigal is.
Anyway.
And to be fair,
You will not interrupt me
I already
again.
did.
Then I will have your fucking head on a pike.
I have a demon lord after me, Juan Cortez. I don't care who you are.
I will grab your demon lord by their balls.
My demon lord is a female, and that is very not cool what you just said.
Fine. I will grab her bosom. I do not care.
Oh, I would like to see you try to do that. She's 20 feet tall. I've seen her. Now, can I talk,
You
please?
notice that Claudia kind of goes like, perhaps we should, let Cortez speak. Lavende?
You know, I didn't really want to go back to my homeland, but I kind of want to now.
don't we all?
I, with my men, who could lay this village out like a fucking fly, am going to be making my way to this Kukultan. I will speak with whoever is in charge, and they will provide me with the passage to his Altivato. And you are all now under the protection of Tuchigal.
Oh, I feel so safe now.
I was unaware that you had Princess Claudia Ashwood of Sinzeland in your company.
As he turns towards Claudia and kind of does like a bow towards her, and he like reaches out, grabs her hand, and does like a slight kiss on the back of it. You know, so she kind of just. Thank you.
Now, I will be preparing to leave in no less than 30 minutes.
You know, as he turns and whips out.
Claudia, just watching that whole interaction was real gross for me, even. I'm sorry.
I've never been so angry at somebody just for existing. I'm going to go back to Bolstead, and I'm going to get an army.
I
think
like
it's-
that. I like the new spunk that you have.
I don't like him. I don't like the way.
No one does.
I don't like his
No
whole.
one likes him.
It's annoying.
Don't like being told what to do by somebody who just met me. Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted by him, we should probably get going sooner than 30 minutes because our friends might very well be sacrificed by the Makila people.
Sacrificed.
That is what Haxor told me.
Oh my god, it wasn't even that long ago that we had to deal with the whole sacrificial situation of an entire colony. Like, why we have to do this again?
I know it is a lot to take on, but yeah, I think we should get going.
All the rest of them heading in the same direction as Cortez.
I assume that they are, but I think we should just leave now.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna leave with Cortez then. And apparently he has ships that made it, so
Conrad speaks up.
Oh yes, he has ships. They're
how many?
a lot.
How many is a lot? If you had to throw a number out there.
I think from what I was able to spy from at least the hillside that we were on, there's an excess of 30 ships.
30 ships.
Did he happen to say how he got 30 ships here?
They came through some sort of portal.
With Calypso.
That's right, Calypso. There's another problem. And also, we have another problem.
There's a lot to those.
What's the other problem?
Figured I should probably talk about it now. You're all aware of Old Bela, correct?
Huh.
Very, very well aware.
How could we forget? Who?
Old Bela.
Well, that's who Calypso is working with directly.
Yeah.
And if Calypso's here, that means it's not going to be long before Old Bela forces will be
Yeah,
here.
I'm more concerned about old Bela forces being here than Cortez's.
Well, I think we could try to maybe use that to our advantage. You see, Cortez is not going to want to share any of the wealth, especially with old Bela.
So they have like a love triangle going on right now. Like, the Calypso not tell Cortez about old Bela.
Oh, they very well are aware of each other.
So
It's
they
just
already have backstabbing plans in motion.
correct. They both plan on killing the other one in order
Beautiful.
to obtain the gold. And old Bela's defenses, if they are able to match Cortez, then perhaps we will have a chance. Or old Bela will show up with 10 ships and be annihilated, and it won't really help us.
Alright, so let's lay out the plan here. We're gonna sail to where we need to be to save our crew from being sacrificed to whatever the fuck it is.
No, we're going to be
sacrificed
traveling on foot there, lass.
Why?
Because Kukultan is here on this island.
How far?
It's not that far.
It's not that far from here.
So Cortez is also going to be traveling on foot with all of his men?
Correct.
All of his men.
Correct.
That is what I
Good.
said.
Alright. So we travel with them.
Travel with them. I suppose that they're probably going to clear the way. That way, if we run into any trouble, at least we'll have 1,000 men to deal with it.
Alright.
Then, once we get to Kukultan, hopefully it doesn't break out into a goddamn bloodbath right away. And Cortez is willing to negotiate. He's brash. He's arrogant. He's bold, but he knows when to play his cards. If they have him outnumbered, he's not going to try anything stupid.
Well then, we should probably prepare to start traveling.
Mori, ready, lass?
I'm ready.
Let's say we, I'm gonna look around. None of his men, Cortez's men, are in the tent.
Nope.
I'll put my head out. Anyone around the tent?
Perception check.
Does anyone hear a message?
I don't.
I thought Mare does on the one that I knew that.
Yeah, Kaz had it too.
18.
18. You don't see anyone or hear anything.
Is there parchment in this tent by chance?
Not that you've seen. They don't seem like the pen and quill or quill and paper parchment type people.
That's true.
Do you need parchment? Okay.
Yeah, for the journey, in case we need to send off any letters with a fucking flying dinosaur
Sure.
by chance.
I go in my pack and I pull out some pages from the end of my book.
Okay.
Give them
I'm going to immediately start writing on it. I'm going to write. Do you happen to have any crew members with experience in demolition of sorts? I'm going to give it to Conrad.
Conrad grabs it, looks at it.
You have to come with us.
Go, Tiny Pete.
What does it do? Tiny Pete does what?
You notice that Tiny Pete is the powder monkey for the Dead Bone crew.
Alright, I'm gonna write. We need to leave a demolition crew here to rig the ships if they're going to be empty.
Oh, the ships aren't here. You guys are.
None of the ship's made, right?
None of the ships are here.
Y'all
The
just
ships
shut
are out
down
on the ocean. You guys are inland right now.
Because they marched in.
Yeah. He doesn't even have gals in.
But did all of his men march in?
From what you know, he has 1,000 men with him, but he definitely doesn't have 1,000 men here. That's for sure.
What, he has like 20? Maybe
I would say you know he's got definitely well in excess of 100 here with him.
Yikes.
I was picturing we were on a coastal.
No, you guys are not on a beach. You guys are in a jungle.
Fuck.
You've ruined our plans, Quentin.
Thanks, Quinn. Alright, redact it. I'll just pack up and we'll go.
Okay. All right. So after a short trip, a little bit of time passes as the group begins to make their march. You notice that... What was that?
My laptop fell over
I didn't know I could do that.
because my Malkavian dice tray was behind it.
Oh, gotcha. As you all prepare to travel, Tarna, Haxor, they send you off. They look towards you. And Tarna specifically walks up to the group and hands over a medallion.
This is my sigil. Give this to Chief Tawalo. He will trust you, and only you.
Got it. Thank you.
The Makila are proud people. Do not disrespect them. They are warriors. In their society, one must never draw a weapon unless it is to taste blood. And if they do, they will not put it away until it has.
Good to know. So no drawing of the shiny, pointy things of guns or anything like that. Keep your weapons packed away. Got it.
Tawna, your hospitality has been that on the same caliber of a halfling.
Why have you partaken in...
Performance enhancer.
I'm sorry, what do you believe this is?
It's a drug.
It's a drug.
Looks towards both of you.
We'll just have a little good time. Take the edge off.
What substance do you believe you are using?
It is what I was told it was called dryad powder.
That is the cremated remains of a dryad's body.
You did what?
Oh, that's disgusting. And disrespectful, obviously. Yeah. It's very disrespectful, distasteful.
I am sorry, but the forest will not forgive you.
We're here for 5 minutes, Fulner.
What do you mean the forest won't forgive him?
Dryads are very connected to nature.
Yeah, they are.
How did you acquire this powder again?
I don't remember.
Tinsel.
Tinsel gave it to me.
Ah. Maybe we should have a talk with Tinsel then.
What are we talking about?
You fucked. You fucked.
We have offended. We have offended.
Tarna, is there any way, because this is going to... I know it's not what that's like, what it's going to be like for them. What can we do to not...
Mother Nature must run her course.
Oh.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
So no, like, ceremony, like we can bury the powder and
No,
like put some flowers
no,
on
no.
the grave.
Mother Nature will not take you alive. Mother Nature will be the thorn in the step you didn't see. Mother Nature will be the slipped rock. Mother Nature will be the icy grip along the ledge you were trying to climb. Mother Nature will be the hot sun blaring into your eyes in battle. Mother Nature will be the wind blowing out your fire.
Yeah. Okay. I start moving to the left. I hear you. Then I grab Fulner right in his collar. What the fuck, man?
Drop me.
Alright,
Get your
alright,
fucking
alright,
hands
alright.
off
Just
me.
all metaphorical. Is there a certain
No.
Mother Nature that we could talk to about this?
She has no voice, but she has a will.
Name? Does she have a name?
I mean,
After this wears off, well, I'll be okay.
Who cares about that?
I do.
no, actually, when we're done with this, maybe I can see if I can do something. How about that?
Right. Like talk to Mother Nature if that's a thing that can happen.
Like I did with the Leviathan.
Alright.
but this is more important right now.
Yeah, we have plenty of time to talk as we walk, so why don't we come up with a game plan as we do that and maybe watch where you step? Yeah.
Bro.
Or don't.
Or do you? We don't need any more missing crew members, alright? There's a lot on my plate. I need as many people as I can get.
You notice that Haxor makes his approach and goes,
We have helped them enough, Mother. It's time for them to leave. If I may ask anything of you, as payment for our hospitality.
you know, Zatara looks,
Boy, we do not request payment for our hospitality. It is our passive nature that has led the Shizani people into this hovel of existence. If I may ask anything, I request that you make sure that these outsiders do not harm the heart.
The heart. What's the heart again? We need to know what it is if we're to make sure they're not harming it.
Tarna, I believe I told you.
Yeah, I need you to tell me again. Let's see one more time.
The heart is a child.
It's an egg, right?
Protect the child.
So there's a child roaming about we need to look for. I don't understand. I'm sorry, I can't keep up with the metaphors and the crypticness of all these conversations.
It was, if I recall last, yes, when we last did this, it was a, it's like an egg, but it has a spark in it. And if you kill it, then you get the spark.
So it's an egg. Big egg, little egg.
It is big.
Egg guarded by a dragon. What are we dealing with here?
No, it is guarded by something much worse.
Oh,
Wait.
what's worse than a dragon?
Yeah, I have to agree. What is worse than the dragon?
Shiv. No, don't tell me he's next to that damn egg. Please don't tell me he's next to it. Oh, that scene where Shiv's standing on top with all the eggs.
I have seen many futures, and I know where yours is heading. Speak with Chief Tualo. Go.
Going.
Thank you.
I'm going to go up to Haxor, and maybe if I come back, you can help me hunt my own beast. I think I could learn a lot from you when I'm on the turn in.
And as you leave, the Widowmakers and the Deadbone crew push their way through the valley, crossing through the beautiful jungles, the colorful flowers, the wild exotic dinosaurs, reptiles, and animals that you pass. Eventually you find your way to a stream along the ravine, where Cortez has many small river boats set up to where you all begin to sit in and begin sailing. As you sail down the stream past the ravine, you eventually break the cusp of the deep, deep cauldron towards the center of the island that all moves down towards Kukultan.
Can we sabotage the remaining boats?
Absolutely not. They would see you immediately doing that. As you make your way into this cauldron, you can see where all the water of these massive waterfalls pour from hundreds of feet up into the sky. There you can see the golden ziggurats rising up towards the sun. And as you approach, you watch as the Makgila people ready themselves as outsiders approach in ships and vessels. You see Cortez on the very first ship grabbing the front of it, standing with his hand on his saber, chest puffed out, staring at his conquest ahead. As you all follow, you see the Makgila people with their large, colorful feathered-like headdresses. You see the jade, almost tribal-like armor, hands ready at the weapons, arrows, slings, spears. And you see, as you move into these massive golden doors that open through the water, and you feel that rush as it pulls the ships in. And you find yourselves lining into city streets. What you would believe would be city streets in their eyes. You can see small children being held by their mothers as they pull them back into their arms, into their embrace. You see warriors wearing these jade masks with horrific jaguar visage on them. Some of them even holding the crest of the great eagle. As the ships finally reach the end of the stream, where the water begins to dissipate down into the earth, into beneath the stone slabs that line the city streets, Cortez stops the ships. And you see him grab onto his saber and step out. I, Juan Cortez, Marquis of Tuchigol, am here to speak to your leader. Take me. You notice that the individuals of the Maquila people seem to look confused and almost unsure of what this individual is saying to them. You watch as they get ready to form a formation. Cortez's men seem to almost have a nervous paranoia to them as their hands get ready to move down to their weapons. You notice that Cortez raises his hand. Do not draw your weapons, men. We are visitors, and thus we must present ourselves as guests in their home. What would the crew like to do?
Are we on the same? I'm confused. I thought we were walking here. Now we're on a ship. So we're on the same ship, or
It's a river that went through.
so we got on a ship.
Yes.
Okay, so we're on the same ship. We're on the same boat, whatever, with them.
No, there's multiple boats. Think of them as like
Okay.
canoes.
So he's on his own.
Yep.
We're on our own.
Yep.
So we can see what's going on.
Correct.
We're all together then.
Yep.
Okay.
Like he's ahead of us.
Correct.
Not much we can do until he gets this conversation figured out or whatever. So
I'm going to, can I do a perception check to, like, see everything that's going on? Like, see everybody's, like, demeanor, that sort of thing?
You don't even need to do a perception check. It is cautious and paranoid. Is the general. It is like being in a room where you know a fight is about ready to start. It's tense.
Does any of them have their weapons drawn?
They're holding their weapons. They are not drawing them. You notice at this point, an individual makes their appearance. You watch as the group of Maquila people begin to spread to the right and left as they make way in a path as an individual makes their presence. See a rather tall, formidable, dark-skinned individual. You see that they have this large, multi-feathered, eagle-like helmet on their head. They are adorned in many exotic furs and gold around their body. Notice as they approach, he begins to speak immediately in a tongue that you all do not understand. You notice that Cortez immediately responds and goes, "Do you by chance speak common tongue?" There seems to be a failure in communication between the two of them. as they both exchange words that neither one seems to understand. As this happens, you notice that the large individual seems to bring his hand up into a fist and move it forward. And you watch as the other warriors that surround him move their way up in front of him and have their weapons at the ready. You notice that Cortez puts his hand towards his saber. If you try to attack me, I will have no choice but to defend myself.
He can't understand you, jackass.
Notice that Cortez turns his head back and Claudia kind of looks towards you. Perhaps maybe one of us should go up and see if we can help in this situation.
Can you speak the language?
I'm pretty sure we should, I think I can use a spell.
Alright. Well then, let's hop on over.
Will you guys also have comprehend language?
No.
I have comprehend language, but does it apply to this situation?
Correct. You would
In
then
a
be able to...
different world?
Yep, you'd be able to hear
Okay.
and understand anything that they're saying.
Nice.
No, I don't
Okay.
have comprehend language.
Okay. You watch as Claudia hops up and she makes her way forward, and you see her cast a spell with a somatic gesture. As she does, she begins to look towards this individual. And she speaks, and you guys hear her beginning to speak that language. Now, you guys can't hear anything because you guys aren't casting the spell.
Mm-hmm.
But you notice that she begins to speak in his tongue. You see him kind of... He puts his hand up. You watch as the warriors sort of retreat back. And you see him look towards the group.
Try the sigil.
I'm gonna make my way over with Claudia.
Okay. Anyone else going?
And
I'll
I'll
go up.
I'm gonna come up with slow.
cast comprehend language.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with. I don't know what they're gonna say, but I want to be with my team.
Hello? I am Jezebel.
Greetings.
Are you the chief?
I am Chief Toa Wallow.
I was told to present this to you. I'm gonna hold up the medallion.
You bring the mark of the Shizani.
Yeah.
Then it is worse than I imagined. I will speak with you. This one, as he points towards Cortez, and his men, as he looks towards Claudia, will stay here.
Good call.
Notice that Claudia turns back and looks toward Cortez. Okay, so I speak with... What did he say? I must know now. He would like to speak with myself and Jez, since she can speak his language. He would like for you and your men to stay here. He wants me to wait. Okay. Then how long must I wait?
What's the wait worth for an opportunity at all this gold?
Just take some time and work on your mustache. Need it pulled up before you know it.
Do a few lunges, perk those buns up.
Perhaps he wants you to protect the gate.
Do you insult me, boy?
No, trying to make the situation for you better.
You notice that he makes his way over. You watch as he pulls out a dagger.
If they see that, they will kill you.
He takes the dagger and you watch as everyone around him seems to do this whole back up. The Makila notice him pull the dagger, and he throws the dagger into the ground. You watch as they release tension, almost as though that custom must mean something. However, Cortez must have did it on accident. He doesn't realize that he did some sort of sign of truce or nonviolence. As he looks towards you as he throws the dagger, and he looks up towards the sky. You have until the sun moves the shadow 3 stones.
I love the way you tell time. Eloquent.
I would hurry.
Yes, my lord. And then I'm going to... Come on, let's go.
You turn and you make your way to what appears to be some sort of royal chamber room. You can see there's a throne that's outfitted out of what looks like solid jade. You look as the soldiers that are in here seem to be much more ornate and adorned with extremely elaborate and exotic armor. Everything is carved out of either stone or out of some sort of precious gem. The gold that is around them itself looks like it would be worth a fortune. There's gold almost everywhere in here. Like it's just an overabundance of precious metals. Fulner, I'm gonna need a wisdom saving throw.
For
from
fuck's sake. Are
God,
you
my
kidding
wisdom.
me?
My wisdom. Okay, what?
Yeah, he was like, hey, Vulner.
Someone has a kleptomania problem.
Oh, you remember well. Stealing shit off the ceiling at my parents' house.
Is that a negative one?
Memories.
Sure is.
Oh no.
What's your score?
Negative one. Six.
This place is ripe,
That's not how it works. It only works on natural ones.
ripe
Oh.
for the picking.
That works like that for me.
I mean, if they start getting into a conversation, they probably wouldn't notice. You just kind of moseying over and taking some stuff.
Can I roll perception to see him acting weird? Because I know this look
I mean, I'm
well.
not doing anything yet. I'm just.
Are you like-
I know the look.
You can definitely give me an insight check.
Could I take this opportunity while they're talking to try to commune? Can I use commune and see if I can do something with the would it be like an earth spirit or something like that? If that thing exists,
What are you trying to commune with?
You're the fucking monkey.
I'm not sure exactly because they were talking about like Mother Nature. Is there like
Right.
something to try to figure out what we could do? For
Well, you do know that there are nature gods.
yeah.
There are many different nature gods. However, you believe that the word or the way that Tarna was describing it was nature itself.
Yeah.
Not necessarily an entity. Not something that you could really communicate with.
Okay. Because I didn't know if it would respond kind of like how the Leviathan was with emotion rather than.
Not necessarily. The primordials are actually sentient living creatures.
Okay. I didn't know if there was
Whereas
something.
Mother
equivalent.
Nature is more of a force.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there was something equivalent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just figured I'd ask.
What'd you get in your insight? A 4? You're too busy focused on Chief Tawalo.
So is there anything in here that looks
For the love of God.
carryable?
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, there's just gems lying along mantles and golden cups and large containers filled with an overflowing amounts of just raw gold.
Based on his role, would I be able to see a change in his demeanor?
You'd have to roll an insight check.
I don't really have a reason to do that because I don't know that about him.
You'd still have to roll an insight check. Okay.
Super low.
Are you gonna do it? Is everyone gonna insight check him?
I was only trying to see if there was
I'll go
purpose
ahead
on
and I'll
why
do
I
it
would
because
think
my
that.
insight
No one
is-
can save me from me.
What did you get?
You get a 6.
Up to
Yeah.
6.
Yeah,
Yeah,
6.
Oh.
We all
My insight
thought.
is 26.
Oh,
26?
Yeah.
So you notice that the moment you've walked in through these royal doors, that Fulner is
Just looking around.
looking around, but it's like a kid in a candy store. You can tell the gears are already moving. He's already coming up with ideas on how he could try to sneak it out.
I am.
I'm going to go up to him, and I'm not even going to like do much of anything. I'll just be like, Fulner, you know they could probably tell that you want to take something, right?
But I don't.
Just think before you do something stupid. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Did I hear that?
Yeah, you heard them talking.
What is he doing? Something stupid? What are you talking about?
It hasn't done anything stupid yet.
Alright.
Stupid. What stupid can he do?
It's not like I'm gonna do drugs right now.
You already did that. Look at your face.
would be
Sticky finger situation.
that would be irresponsible.
I'm gonna grab him by the back of the jacket. I'm gonna pull him in front of me.
You stay right where I can see you.
Alright. I'm gonna use.
Oh god.
Are you really going to use Mage Hand right now?
I am.
And just
But-
picks up something while they're walking away.
I'm gonna use 2 points of my what is it called again? My spell meta magic. I'm gonna use subtle spell to do mage hand.
Okay. Okay.
And I have my hands in my pocket, so that's like, oh yeah, I don't need any somatic, so never mind.
So what are you doing though with it?
Right now, it's gonna stay. Yeah, that's gonna stay in my pocket right now until everyone starts talking.
Where are you casting Mage Hand?
Into my pocket.
You're casting Mage Hand in your pocket. Okay. So you watch as... You guys don't watch, but...
We don't.
You guys notice that Fowler kind of just puts his hand in his pocket and kind of just goes like... And seems to wait for the conversation to start as Chief Tualo sits in his throne. You know, as he looks towards the group. You see the rest of the warriors standing aside. You guys are basically surrounded by individuals at this point. As he speaks up to Claudia and Jez. You have come for the outsiders.
Yes, that's our purpose. Yeah, not so much the guy outside, though.
And what is his purpose?
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, but you have to keep it between us. He's very interested in all the gold you have here. I'll make it clear. We have nothing to do with this man. We just met him. Pretty much only used him to hitch a ride. Get our friends.
This gold.
Yeah.
Why does he want it?
Alright, well, I'm not sure how it works for you guys here, but where we're from, it's very valuable. Very valuable.
For trade.
Lots of things. Mostly trade, yeah.
I was worried he was here for the heart. The outsiders. The ones who came before you. We told them not to go. But they left. They did not look like the men out there. They looked different. Many different colors and sizes. One was a large, talking rodent.
There you go, he's alright. What about a shorter
alright?
Rupert?
They seen Rupert?
Oh yeah, you're not listening. Yeah, he described seeing Rupert.
That is good. I told you he could.
That group now is in grave danger.
In what way?
We told them not to leave.
Mm-hmm.
They journeyed to where the heart is.
Why?
They were concerned that someone named Calypso was trying to take it.
This heart is something rather important, right?
It is a child of light and shadow.
Sorry, I'm a little uncultured and I'm not sure. I don't follow what that means.
He's the child of the great serpent and the mighty eagle.
Alright.
We, the Makgila, are the people of the great eagle. There is another tribe, though, that worship the dark serpent. They have lost their home long ago to a very ancient evil, known as the Nabasu. There, the Red Death lingers.
Not sure what that is either. Not ringing any bells.
It is in the city of the lost. Once a prosperous, loving city like Kukultan. Now an empty husk filled with the remnants of the dead and the spirits that haunt it.
What does that mean for us? I'm basically just wondering about the heart thing. I'm assuming if it's important, you'll have people guarding it, right?
I cannot.
Why?
The city of the lost is a cursed city. Those who enter never return. We make a sacrifice to appease the Red Death, to keep it in the city, as long as my bloodline makes a sacrifice. Then it will stay in that city. However, I am the last of my line. I have no offspring. My fruit bears no seed. So upon my death, the Nabasu will consume the heart.
And then
Kukultan will fall. Just as the Lost City did.
And so our friends went to go find this heart in a place where no one will ever return.
They believed that you would find your way there.
Can't say I want to now. Really? So maybe we just kind of lost us here, head home, you know? Sounds like Shiv's doing my job for me at this point. Right? You don't know what I'm talking about. You can't hear what he's saying.
You know, we don't understand.
All we hear is
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
So he's saying that they went to go find the heart, and it's in a place of lost souls where people never return. So, job's done, right? We can just leave. I mean, we'll lose a few people. I'm sorry about Rupert.
Curse.
Really, I am.
Rupert won't die.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if they're there, we can't get them back. If it's somewhere that no one returns from.
Why is
Rupert
it
will be able to find his way back.
Why is it a
Right.
place that you can't return?
I don't know. He says the city of lost souls. People go there, they don't return.
Sounds like a superstition.
Sounds like I don't want to find out firsthand.
Claudia looks over towards you.
Jez, but if Calypso's going, then that's where the haunt is, and we have to stop him.
Oh, what's he gonna do? He can't leave, right?
That we know of? Perhaps he
Huh?
knows a way.
So what happens if he gets the heart?
If Tana's correct and that thing has a spark inside of it.
Now, through all of my theological studies, a spark is something that they usually refer to the discipline and powers of godhood. I don't think we want Calypso harnessing the power of a god.
But, you know, who knows what that could really mean, right? Like,
Do you really want to risk it?
I personally would rather not risk getting trapped in this place forever, so that's where I'm at with it. I don't know what you are all with it.
I'm not. Either way, Shiv is here. So, the longer we're here, the more opportunity you have to kill him.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's kind of doing it for me, you know? Going somewhere he can't come back from.
That we know of.
Job done.
That we know of.
What if Calypso gets this heart and becomes powerful? Then he leaves. Then everyone dies. Then it's kind of pointless because we can't find a way out, so we'll die anyway.
While people are
No.
talking, I'm going to attempt that mage hand thing.
God damn it.
Is there any diamonds? Or it
Keep in
looks like
mind,
diamonds.
I'm looking at you
Yeah,
right now.
I'm
okay?
hoping for it. I don't want to do this. Not in this place.
I don't want it, but I want it.
So,
Give me a sleight of hand.
Oh.
So there's ways of the pros and the cons. Here we go. We get trapped. It's not even pro. It's con. The cons and the cons. We go. We get stuck there. Never return. We leave. Down the road, possibly we find out that Calypso's kind of a demigod or something now.
How do we leave?
that's good. That's good.
It's good, but I think it's hilarious.
What is it?
That
gotta-
would be a 11.
Okay.
So, 6. No,
13.
sorry, 13.
Oh, I thought that was
A 13.
a 4.
You use your mage hand as the conversation, and you're just kind of like listening, and you're sort of looking over, and you wise kind of see Falner sort of doing like one of these.
Oh, what the fuck are you looking
He starts
at?
kind of squinting, and you notice you pull his attention away, and he goes like this and looks over towards you. And as soon as he looks over to you, he kind of just shrugs, and as he's shrugging, you hear the sound of as a bunch of like golden vases and plates and dishes kind of just crash over onto the floor. You notice that the Gila guards kind of
I immediately drop mage hand.
you drop mage hand, as instantly you notice that they kind of just
I'm gonna look back to the chief.
And I look back over and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
You have ghosts in this place.
Many spirits.
Oh, that's terrifying. I'm sorry. You help cleaning that up.
I'll help clean that up.
Yeah,
It is
I
fine.
can't hear. I'm speaking no language.
That just made me laugh. That just made
Many spirits. It is fine.
Oh, alright.
If you stop the Nabasu, I will be greatly indebted to you.
Nabasu's, it's a snake thing.
No.
There's a lot of words that are being thrown at me tonight.
The
What?
Nabasu.
The Nabasu, the
It is the demon.
Now we got a demon.
Ooh, there's a demon.
The Red Death.
Oh, it's a demon. And then the Nabasu, this Red Death demon. Alright.
What is
Got
the
it.
Red Death?
And
At first I thought it was like a cursed plague.
so it's not the area is not called the Red Death, it's just called the Land of the Lost.
City of the Lost.
City of the Lost, and this demon is inside of it.
Correct.
Is it guarding this egg?
It is trapped there.
It's trapped. Alright. Fine. So it is the egg?
No.
So it's in the vicinity of the egg.
Correct.
So it's gonna be. Will it get pissed off if we go around poking around near the egg?
It cannot reach the egg as long as the curse remains. If I die, it will reach the egg.
Oh. All right. Yeah, so, let me just give me a moment to talk with my comrades about this real quick. I don't want to do this. I don't want anything to do with it.
What?
There's also a demon called the Red Death. It's in this area that we would need to go to where the egg is. I've had my fair share of demons. No, I want to break. I also don't want to be trapped in this place with said demon. The whole egg thing, spark thing, whatever.
Then how are we getting to Azeltivado? We don't have ships.
What was it? What would I get a ship by going and doing this egg thing?
Do we need to go to Zoltivato?
No, we don't really need to go. Sky wanted to, but sounds like Sky might be, not able to. So, if she's with them, which I guess we didn't ask. But, this whole thing just sounds like a total shit show.
Question. How do we leave?
Well, you are all well aware that you cannot leave unless King Celamore is dealt with, which is on Azeltivado.
Oh, fuck. God,
So,
damn it.
So I
Fuck
agree.
you!
It's almost like this is a quest line you have to do.
So I agree with you, Jez. We don't have to do it. Let's just go back to the Shizani, and hopefully they can let us just stay there
It's not happening.
forever.
I mean, when you put it that way, it does seem like a nice place to stay.
I agree.
Can't say there's anything back home that I really care too much about going to. I guess I can live with it.
I mean,
I can deal with that.
I mean,
I
They're
got
more
I
like-
got things I want to do too, but
No, well, it's a
they're more like me
kiss of
than...
goodbye.
Yeah.
all
Because
right.
they're more like me than anybody I've been around lately.
Yeah,
so.
this is all life now. This is all life now.
Are you okay with this?
You
guys
notice that Chief Tawalo seems to be getting impatient, where he finally speaks up and goes,
I do not know what words you speak.
We need to do this.
Oh, fuck.
This Calypso man sounds really bad.
He is really bad.
He's the worst.
I mean, that is not entirely true.
We can't find a way out. We have to go to Zeltivado to even leave. But even if we do all that, we might die if we let Calypso get this spark.
We might die anyway.
So
Even
why
if-
not doing it, trying to do something? I mean, I'd tell him, but I can't understand a damn thing he's saying.
Are we sure? Alright, before I do this, are we sure we don't want to just live out the rest of our short lives on a beach with alcohol, assuming they have alcohol? Did they have alcohol?
Do
Didn't
they have
ask.
actual alcohol? Well, I know they definitely don't have drugs here.
Claudia, did they have alcohol on that island?
on what island?
This is the one we came from.
I guess.
And that's village? I did
village,
not
yeah.
see alcohol. You notice that as you say that, the rest of your crew isn't here with you, but you can almost like sense Barry like screaming in your head, like, there ain't no fucking alcohol here, I'm fucking gonna kill myself.
That's just my thought.
Don't you have an unending flask?
You don't want to drink the same thing your whole life. How boring.
I mean, fair.
We'll help. We'll help with this, we'll help with this, Red Death demon. I suppose I have experience with the subject, so...
I will provide raptors that will take you to the
Oh,
location.
raptors. What's a raptor? Those big lizard-looking things.
Yes.
Do they bite?
They are our war beasts. We train them.
Is that a yes or a no?
They do bite. What they are trained to bite.
Alright. Let me parlay real quick. They're gonna give us giant lizards to ride on. Is that alright with everyone?
Oh,
They said they bite, but only what they train to bite. Don't know what that means.
And that creature I found that one villager with.
Yeah, we're gonna get
let's
those.
yeah, let's do
That's
it.
our transport. Alright. Yes.
Sounds like
Yes to that.
That'd be fun, I guess.
give it a try.
Anything else that we should know traversing this land that we aren't supposed to be coming back from? I hope you're okay with not getting your lizards back.
The Nabasu will do everything in its power to trick you. Do not believe its lies. When you make your way to the City of the Lost, you must find your way to the center ziggurat. Make your way to the top. Offer your blood to the bull. It will take you to the Lost City.
Alright. It sounds lovely. The whole sounds like a lovely little vacation. I can't wait. Are we ready to leave?
If you are ready now, then I will prepare. You notice that he looks towards the soldiers, and as he begins giving them commands to ready the steeds and the war beasts, they immediately leave and they walk out. Yeah, you'll just have to deal with Cortez.
What is happening?
They're supplying us with the transport. We're gonna make our way into this lost city. Also, there's a demon involved. I already said that. They said not to listen to its lies. It's gonna do whatever it can to trick us, etc., etc.
Not to see
How about?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, can we sneak out of here without one Cortez?
Oh, we can't. We need to deal with him. He already gave us a dilemma. If we make him wait, he'll end up trying to kill everyone.
I'll handle Cortez.
And Claudia mentioned, she's like, and I don't think they have enough people to stop him. And if the chief dies, then, well, we know what will happen then.
Right.
We want
So what is the thing that the demon, you said?
Nabasu is what he's calling it.
Have I ever heard that or read about it?
Nope. Sounds
But-
unfamiliar to you.
Yeah, we make our way to the center, go up some mountain or something, dump our blood into a bowl, and it will take us to where we need to go.
Do you think Juan Cortez himself will just come with us, or do you think...
I think he could come with us. Lots of opportunity for something to happen to him.
If there's a demon?
I mean,
What?
let's also consider the point that we might also run into Old Bela, and that would be beneficial if they just kill each other.
I don't know if we would run into old Bela in there, would we?
I don't know.
I
But
don't know who's in that
I'm just
group.
saying, if Calypso's here, who knows who was with Calypso?
Well, here in this vicinity, don't know where here is, to be fair. But if we play it off as only a certain amount of people can go for it to be a successful mission, Cortez, it's just you, maybe a couple of your men, 2 or 3. Plenty of room for something to happen to them. That's all I'm saying. Probably just Cortez, though. If we can only have Cortez come, that'd be great.
I think he is stupid enough to just do it.
Prideful enough, for sure.
I don't think he'll go anywhere without his army.
Not that much of a leader, not relying on somebody else.
I don't know if we spice it up.
It's not like they have 1,000 raptors for them to ride on, so there's that also.
True.
We could tell him that there's gold, some sort of prize there. He might believe it.
Honestly, I don't think you need to even try to make it that
Because
special.
It would take us to Zeltivado, right? The blood thing? We dump our blood in the bowl? Is
It
that what you
takes
said? No?
to the Lost City.
That takes
Or
us to
City
the
of the
Lost
Lost.
City.
Yep.
Where's the Zeltivado come into play here?
Zeltivado is
Zeltivado is where Celamore's kingdom is.
surrounded by the storm.
I mean, like, how we get there? Do we have that? Is that in motion at all yet?
You don't
No?
even have that
Okay.
in motion. But if you do complete this for the chief, then I'm supposing he probably knows a way to get there, because they have to go and give sacrifices to Cellamore, so they must have a way to get there.
Alright. Yeah, so I'm thinking we just tell Cortez there's only enough room for one more person. There's only one more raptor that they can manage to let go for us, and we have to travel by lizard, so give it a go.
Yeah. The only way to get to Zeltavado is to sacrifice your blood to go to the Lost City.
Alright.
Sound like you can understand what the chief is saying?
Who do you think should deliver that news to him? Me?
I think Claudia should.
Claudia.
Yes, I can do that.
He seemed to respect what you said.
Are you a good liar? That's the question.
Because I'm a noble, but am I a good liar? No, I'm a terrible liar.
Well, then maybe I should handle it.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh, no, just go ahead.
What's the look?
It's no look, I'm just worried. Very
what?
worried and concerned.
He's worried about everything in the fucking world I'm worried about right now.
I mean, if anyone here is not worried, you would probably be insane. Because I think this is very serious, obviously. But
I've had a lot of weird things happen to me, and this is probably the weirdest right now.
Right, I'll be back. I'm gonna go talk to Cortez.
You notice that Cortez is standing there looking at the shadow.
Did I make it in time?
With plenty of time to spare.
Wonderful, I have great news for you.
I have great ears awaiting to hear.
Glad you do, they're beautiful. Your earlobes are perfectly proportioned.
You notice he moves his hair off to the side. He goes,
They are, aren't they?
Yeah, the earlobes of God.
have you noticed how well my hair shines in the sun?
It's
like a-
dazzling.
It's like a gleaming glimmer of pure onyx.
When we get out of here, you're gonna have to let me know your hair routine.
Well, I start with at least 2 cups of melted coconut oil.
Oh, beautiful start.
Oh my god.
I hear coconut oil has many uses.
Could be used for anything.
I'm very fascinated by the routine, but we have a limited amount of time right now, so...
Then yes, down to business. Explain there.
So, the gist of it. We have plans in motion to get to Zeltivato, alright? We have to go by Raptor, which is the difficult part.
Raptor.
The big, lizard things, they only have a certain amount. With my crew, there's only enough left for just you to tag along. But,
That is perfectly fine. My men are used to marching. Men, prepare yourselves. We now must march.
You notice that the men immediately start to unload off the ship.
just hold on that for a moment. Because there's more to this, alright? This place that we're going to. Are you alright?
Yeah, allergies.
same.
This place that we're going to is called the Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost.
Soon to be discovered by us.
Man, I want to like this guy so much. He's such.
Yeah, but there's an issue with it. There's a very powerful demon that resides over the land.
A demon.
Yes, the
Then
boss.
we must go kill it.
We can attempt that, sure. I agree. But here's what gets.
I need to show you, a friend, how well I am at taking demons' bowls.
You know, you have beautiful hands too. I'm sure you caress and cup very, very nicely. I have no doubt about that. But the issue with the demon, he's some sort of great deceiver, so I would be careful with how many people we're bringing on this trip.
I am incapable of being lied to.
I can fully understand that and believe you. As for your men, though, soldiers are usually more weak-willed.
Expendable.
Yeah.
They are shock troops. If anything, they will pave the way for us to make our way in.
Yeah, but let's say, think with me here for a moment. The demon is this great deceiver. Gets these soldiers to believe that everyone's going to turn against them or something insane, and they all start fighting each other and us Don't think I want to deal with that. Don't think you want to deal with that. That's a great obstacle that be in the way between us and Ezeltivado.
You do have a good point. Counter, though. I deceive my own men and tell them a plan that is not the actual plan, so that when the demon deceives them, they will in turn be trying to deceive me with a plan that is not already existing, thus completing the circle of deception. And I deceive the demon.
You truly are a genius.
And I will be known as Juan Cortez, the demon deceiver.
It's a beautiful title. I can see why you gained the position that you're in.
I need more titles, to be honest.
Yeah. But, counter. Let's say the demon isn't going to try to deceive just by fudging the plan. Let's say something as simple as everyone's out to get you type of thing, make them paranoid and want to attack each other.
I see.
I'm
Give me a
just
persuasion
saying,
check.
that's a lot of men for a demon to get its hands on.
This guy, he's like a combination of a shmee and a hook.
16.
He's got that
You can
intellect.
tell he thinks about it hard for a good few moments before he finally goes,
No, I will bring my men. I must have people see my triumphant victory. If without that, then it means nothing.
Well then, sounds like a plan.
you notice that the men are like this. He looks towards you.
Prepare your war beast. We now march on this lost city.
Somewhere in another scene.
Okay.
1,000 fucking men. Through a fucking jungle. Are you kidding me?
I'm so sorry.
To make it a lot harder to kill him.
Good thing we're having
Oh.
you edit it.
Yeah, that's it. It's just...
All of a sudden, just quiet. Where is it at?
It's like,
I'm incapable of being late, dude.
What's your persuasion at?
My bonus?
Yeah.
Plus 4.
Ah, mine's +5.
Mine is plus 13.
We see
Is it 0?
we see Kaz breaking through a door. As he does, you see him break through a door as he falls down onto the ground. Larician! As you see Larician stand up from his table. Kaz, what's wrong? I can't stay long. He's gonna take my body back. He's in my head. Alive, him. You gotta get. And you watch as Kaz's eyes roll back, and he falls to the ground on his back as Larician makes his way and moves over towards him. Larician takes a moment and eyes him up and down. You hear the sound of a female's voice begins to speak. Do you think he knows yet? No, he doesn't know yet. I haven't told him. Are you going to tell him? No. No, I do not believe it is the time. Not yet. As you watch as Madame Moth. We've groomed him for years, Larician. You can't get attached to him now. After all, he's simply the vessel to bring Eliaphel back.
Yikes.
I know. I know that's been the plan. It's difficult. I know he has dreams and aspirations, and he died the moment he peered into that dream well. From this moment on, this is simply Kaz passing on. Soon Eliaphel will have complete control. And
and there will be no more Kaz. Do you think it will be worth it in the end? If what is coming intends to do what we think, then Eliaphel may be one of the only things that can stop this. Without him, I don't know if we had a chance.
And what of Azeltivado? What of the rest of his crew? What happens to them?
I could care less what happens to them, but if they manage to deal with Selamol, then perhaps we can look into bringing the Zeltivado back to the material plane, bring the Sun Elf Empire back to its former glory. Perhaps old Bela will be foolish, lose more men than they wish to on this. And you speak of a lot of assumptions in this, Madam Moth. I don't even know your real name. I don't need a name. Names are just illusions of attachment, personal ownership. And no one owns me, Lurcium. No one owns me.
That's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Episode 59. Sorry that this one wasn't live. You guys will have to be catching this on YouTube, obviously. But hopefully we will be able to return to doing this live if our internet provider stops sucking. If you guys want to help us out, just downvote the hell out of Mediacom because their internet sucks. I'm never going to promote them. They're garbage. So, anyways.
Not sponsored. Sponsored.
Yeah, a reverse sponsored. But anyways, thank you all for joining. It's been a great story so far. Hopefully you guys have been having fun with it as we are now moving into the tail end of the Zeltivado arc. So, many things, many secrets will be revealed soon, and some very big foreshadowing for what the future may hold. So, thank you all, and as remember, to always embrace the dark.
He said it.
Good night.